Before we do that, I know you wanted to give a shout out, so go ahead.
I just wanted to give a shout out to my man, my brother, the one and only Michael B. Jordan, a friend, won the Oscar last night, Best Actor for the movie Sinners. Just wanted to say congratulations, much love to him, much deserved. Big time performance, joining the likes. I mean, Forrest Whitaker, Denzel Washington, Halle Berry, the great late Sidney Poitier. I mean, Will Smith, everybody. 6th black actor to do it. I'm so proud of him. First to play twins. Phenomenal feat for him. Just wanted to give him love. He's been a guest on this show. Obviously, he had me in one of his movies. Love the guy. Really happy for him. Just wanted to say that.
Congratulations. What a feat. I agree. Loved watching the Oscars last night as well, in the midst of all the madness. And in the midst of the Knicks almost getting caught playing with their foot yet again. As they beat Golden State by 3, but trailed by as many as 21 against a patchwork Warriors team. That's putting it lightly. They were missing multiple starters. Brunson led the way for the Knicks, scoring 30 points, added 9 assists as they win kept New York 1 game back of the Celtics now for the 2 seed in the East. This was not pretty. The Warriors were depleted. The Knicks found a way to bounce back as Shams and Wendy join us here again. But Stephen A., how did you feel waking up this morning? A win is a win, but it wasn't pretty how you got there.
I'm sick. And it's not just because of the dental procedure that I had Friday that I'm still recovering from, with my throat feeling like I'm swallowing knives, for crying out loud. It's because I'm sick with my New York Knicks. Shams, Wendy, I know Wendy's going to have to talk me off the ledge. He's going to try. Wendy, I'm letting you know right now, I love you. You're my brother from another mother. It's not going to work. Shams, I love you too. Proud to call you a colleague. It's not going to work. I'm depressed. And I'm not going to get over it anytime soon. The Knicks ain't winning a damn thing. Let me tell you something right now. Mikal Bridges, this 6-game stretch, 39 total points, averaging 6.5 points per game, 5 of 24 from three-point range, 16 of 50 from the field, can't buy a basket. This is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I want to remind everybody right now, we can say what we want. And guess what? And this is going to shock everybody. This is where I'm breaking news. The person I'm blaming most for all of this is Jalen Brunson. It's the only thing that I can blame Jalen Brunson for, who I'm so proud to have as a New York Knick. But this is all his fault. All of it. And I'm going to tell you why. Mikal Bridges, to get him to remind everybody of Shams' job, because this is the man who knowing him broke the damn story. They gave up Bogdanovich 4 unprotected first-round picks, a protected first-round pick in 2025, a first-round swap, and a second-round pick in 2026. Mikal Bridges. Why did they do that? They did that because instead of waiting a year and signing a 5-year, $270 million max extension, Jalen Brunson signed a 4-year, $156 million extension the year before, giving the New York Knicks a $113 million discount, around that range, okay? So what do the New York Knicks do? Obviously, he saves them that kind of money. He did it so they could go get his boy, which I have no problem with. Mikal Bridges is not a scrub. He can play. He's reliable. He's out there every night. He never cheats you. He works hard. But he ain't an all-star. And so when you can't let your organization give up that much to get a dude that's going to ultimately handicap you from building a roster that can compete for a championship. Not to say that the Knicks can't compete for a championship, but you know what I'm saying. They are in a hole. And Mikal Bridges don't look like he's capable of getting out of him. And here's what Mikal Bridges has to understand that makes him look bad. You were the one seen complaining and heard complaining about Tom Thibodeau. Working cats too hard, running them into the ground, needing a break, all of this other stuff. Well, he ain't there now. It's Mike Brown. And you look worse. Now, that wasn't the whole season because you had a good December. But you look worse with him right now than you ever looked with Tom Thibodeau. So I'm looking at the New York Knicks, and I'm like, how this team going to beat Boston? How this team going to beat Cleveland? They damn sure ain't going to beat Detroit, not looking like this. That was a G League team they went against last night in Golden State. There was no Steph Curry. There was no Seth Curry. No Draymond. You almost lost to them. You got to be kidding me. I'm not excited about what I'm seeing. I'm disgusted. And I'm not happy about it at all. The Knicks are going to compete. I get it. And they're a good team. I get it. But I had championship appearance aspirations. I didn't have them winning the championship. But I had this team because of the ACL tear or the Achilles tear of Tatum, of Damian Lillard, of Tyrese Halliburton, their nemesis over the last 2 years. I had the New York Knicks going to the finals. I damn sure don't have that now. And it's because of what will go down as an absolutely horrific trade if Mikal Bridges continues to look the way that he's looking. This is unacceptable stuff, plain and simple.
Wendy?
So I would say yesterday's game kind of encapsulated the way the Knicks have been playing for much of this season. It was an unimpressive win. And they've been winning games. And in fact, they've won 3 in a row. And if you look at their schedule is incredibly favorable the rest of the season. Look at their next 4 games. They're all against tankers, and the last game is against New Orleans, who's been playing better, mostly because everyone's tanking. They're going to continue to win games. And you look at their statistics, Stephen A., and they're still top 2 defense for the last 2 months. Their offense is top 10 in that stretch. You look under the hood, and their numbers they reflect a team that will contend to win the East. But I agree with you. When you watch them, you are the opposite of impressed. You don't look at them and say, man, beating those dudes 4 out of 7 is going to be hard. When it comes to Bridges, I will just say this. Let me just take you back to last spring. Bridges was traded for, and OG Anunoby was traded for and extended. Both of those guys have gotten extensions in New York to beat the Celtics. Those guys were brought in and designed to support Jalen Brunson to beat the Celtics. And they did. And, if you go back and if you remember those games 1 and 2 in Boston last year, Bridges made several huge plays in the overtime game.
Yes, he did.
In game 1. He basically made the steal that sealed the game, but even before that made some plays. In game 2, he had 14 points in the fourth quarter. And so while I'm not sitting here and telling you that you should feel good about this trade, and, I will say that Bojan Bogdanovic, unfortunately, never played in the NBA again. The 2 picks that they have conveyed in the trade so far have been picks number 19 and 25 to the Nets. I agree what you're talking about is opportunity cost, though, because you don't have that stuff you can give elsewhere. But you are never going to be able to evaluate this Knicks team in the regular season. It's always going to be what happens in the playoffs. And last year in the playoffs, Bridges did his job. That's all I can really say about it.
I will say this. They did overcome a 21-point deficit. They previously were 0-9 when trailing by 20 points, if we're going to keep the glass half full. Although we did hear Brunson say at the end of the game, we got to figure out how to start faster. Our starts matter. I think that would be true. Shams is here with us, and he broke some really interesting news this morning regarding expansion in the NBA. Shams, what can you tell us?
Shay, so the NBA will have its 30 owners next week vote on moving forward with exploring 2 new expansion teams exclusively in Las Vegas and Seattle, and that will be for the 2028-29 season. This first vote is expected to be a formality that it will then allow the league to proceed with bids, and industry executives tell me that they're looking at bids in the range of $7 to $10 billion for both of these franchises in Seattle and Las Vegas. But this is going to be a multi-step process. The first one is getting the permission to go explore it, gathering the bids, and over the course of the next several months, Adam Silver will continue his dialogue with the owners, and then at that point, a final vote before the end of 2026, the calendar year of 2026, a final vote to approve the expansion to 32 teams. And so there's a lot to sift through for owners right now, right? Because you go from 1/30th share in the league to 1/32nd. But if it makes sense financially, if you can get to that 7 to 10 billion per team range, that could make it enticing. It's really become a question, from my understanding, when, not if, there will be expansion. And so we're going to know this calendar year, but a very important vote, a formality vote coming up next week.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Well,
is it a for sure 2 teams, or is there a chance only one gets expanded?
2 teams, so 32-team league, and that means 1 team in the Western Conference. So these 2 teams, Vegas and Seattle, would be Western Conference teams. That means 1 team in the West would move east. My understanding is there's a lean toward Minnesota, but it would be, as of right now, teams expect that to be either Minnesota or Memphis going to the east.
Okay. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, I was getting ready to go there. You could definitely move Memphis to the Eastern Conference. New Orleans is another possibility, or just like Minnesota is. But I will tell you this. Las Vegas definitely needs to have a team. You can't have a Major League Baseball team heading there with an NFL team already there and don't have an NBA team there. I know everybody think about sports gaming and all of that stuff, and years ago it was unimaginable, but times clearly have changed, and it is what it is. So definitely Vegas is likely, and it comes down to this. Seattle is a great sports town. Who deserves a team. The city officials messed it up by losing the team years ago to Oklahoma City, but that wasn't the fault of the citizens there. That's a fantastic sports town. Obviously, we saw a lot of that during the NFL season and even with the Mariners last year in Major League Baseball. So you have that going on. But Shams and Wendy, I'd like to throw this out too. You know what? It's a damn shame this team is on the outside looking in, because I got to tell you something. Nashville is a growing city. A lot of people